Hey, it's Miss Kelly Michelle. Welcome back to my channel. I am still here in Panama, and I just kind of want to tell you about some things that have been happening in my midterm rental business while I've been here and how I have been handling those things, right? Okay, so since I've been here, and remind you guys, I got here at the beginning of June and I stayed the entire month of June. I'm still here right now. We'll be leaving in about another couple days actually. So we leave on Friday. It's, currently Sunday. So yeah, we are doing pretty well here. I thought it was going to be a little bit more stressful than it has been managing the business from afar, but it really hasn't been. Let me tell you about some things that have happened since I've been here and how I have been able to handle those things. All right, so for one, I had 3 air conditioning repairs. So I had 3 people where their air conditioning was not working. This is common. At the beginning of the summer, people are turning on their air conditioning, and many times it just needs Freon or it just needs some type of adjustment, whatever it is. It was handled from afar. So got those handled. I had 2 check-ins and 2 checkouts that went smooth. I had, what else? Oh, internet outage. Had an internet outage that I had to take care of here from Panama. Took care of that. And I think that was about it. Now, in addition to those things that just kind of popped up out the blue, I also secured 2 new future guests. So that's a good thing as well, because my properties are continuing to stay filled. It is the high season right now, so this is what I expect, and I am also preparing for when things slow down. So since things are pretty hot right now and people are going to be willing to pay more money, this is the time for me to capitalize on that and start saving additional revenue so that I'll have things covered if there are any vacancies, which usually there are small vacancies, but still, nevertheless, there are vacancies that have to be covered. But if there are any vacancies for maybe a couple weeks or whatever it may be in the winter, those funds will be available. So right now I am just kind of working on how to budget everything, which is budgeting money for myself, paying myself, and making sure I have those additional reserves. So we're kind of just transitioning and moving along, but it really has not been bad at all. Now, as far as the physical work that had to be done, really the only thing that I needed to have done was to have some filters replaced and some household supplies dropped off. That was taken care of. I think I spoke about that in my last video. So yeah, things went pretty smooth here while I've been gone. Now I'm kind of trying to figure out, all right, we do have more travel plans, but these are going to be shorter trips, so I'm not really worried about it. But I'm wondering in the future if I could take an even longer break away from the States and continue to work remotely abroad. That would be awesome, and that is something I would love to happen in my life, but we will see. There are definitely some things that I have to put in place before I'm able to do that. But now that I've done this test run, I kind of have an idea of what those additional things need to be. So I am now thinking about working with the management company, not so much to do everything as far as managing my midterm rentals, but maybe just the physical part. So when people are checking out, going over there to make sure everything looks good after the cleaners are gone, or if there's some supplies that need to be restocked, they can do those things. And then those emergency calls. Now currently, my mom has been on standby and doing those things while I've been gone. I knew pretty much what to expect, and it wasn't too much for her, but she is older and I don't want to put a whole lot on her. So I'm thinking I might need to look for some type of management company in my area that may be able to handle just those things. Everything else I can handle remotely. So when I get back, I think I'm gonna start looking into that, because I do plan on coming back to Panama later on, but we haven't finalized things yet. So I know that is something that is going to be in the works. So we got a lot of planning to do. But overall, everything's been going pretty well. I've had my group accountability calls with the students in my cash flow through midterm rentals course. I had my call, my live call with the membership, the Rental Revenue Builders membership. So I've done all of those things and haven't skipped a beat, and actually I haven't been stressed at all, and I haven't been overwhelmed, and I haven't been working as hard as I was working in the States. Yes, I am still handling those things, but in the States, when I was at home, I was constantly on a move, on a go, working, doing. Here, I'm kind of like, okay, I can only do so much, and I have to rely on everybody else to do the rest, and I think that's maybe what I needed. So we are going to try to implement more of this in my life. And there also, are still some things that I want to improve just in my midterm rental business in general. There are some things I'm still working on and I'm still building. So I'm going to continue to do those things, but I can actually do a lot of that from afar. Unless I want to get a new property and get that up and running and set up or something like that, that would be the only reason why I would physically need to be there. But since I'm not planning on doing that this year, remember I told you I was taking a break this year from getting more properties, I don't think that's going to be an issue, right? So unless there's just something like a really good opportunity that comes up and I'm like, okay, yeah, I got to do this, then that would be the only reason why. So we're going to save new properties for 2024, which is fine. We're already pretty much halfway through 2023, and this year has blown by so fast. So that has been our update. As far as the family here in Panama, we've been having a great time. We've been working, we've been doing a little bit of sightseeing, a little bit of networking. I know I showed you a little bit of that in the last video. We went to San Carlos, we talked about that, had a great time there. We're back in the city now. I am going to have a medical procedure done here in August, so that's why we will be back in August, and I probably will stay another month. If I need to stay longer, we may do that, but it all depends. So I'm actually thinking about renting my personal house out as a midterm rental while we are gone next time, and we'll see how this works, right? So I'm thinking about putting my house out there and renting it while we're away, and if I get somebody for 1 month, then we'll stay here for 1 month. If I get someone for longer than 1 month, we're gonna stay as long as they have a lease. So if they say, oh, we need it for 3 months, we're gonna stay gone for 3 months. So that's why I said all of this is like contingent upon what happens, but we're definitely going to come back here in August for my procedure, and yeah, that's kind of just it. Now, I'm not against having medical procedures done in the United States, but the level of care that I have received here in Panama and the expertise of the doctor that I have chosen has been awesome. Her customer service has been awesome, and I know I told you about that a little bit in the last video, but I have been back to her since that last video. She has followed up with me on WhatsApp, via email. She's provided additional articles. We've been chatting back and forth, and she's been answering my questions. She even had us come back into the office so that she can do some follow-up and just get more information, and she wants me to do some further testing and things like that. She has been very thorough. So that's why I am so confident about having my procedure done here. Nothing against the United States, the doctors there, nothing at all. I just didn't have a good experience. So that's just me personally, and this is the route I'm choosing to go. So definitely will be traveling for an extensive amount of time again this year. And I will definitely tell you when that happens, to keep you abreast of what's happening in my midterm rental business. But yeah, I haven't skipped a beat. Haven't skipped a beat at all. The kids have been enjoying themselves. These kids here play hard. I don't know about you guys, but I grew up in the 80s and 90s where we went outside and we played hard with other kids, and that's kind of lacking in the United States as far as where we are. Whenever we go to the park, there are barely any kids in the park, no matter what time of year it is. And the kids, they play together a little bit, but not much. Here, These kids are playing. Do you understand me? The parks are always full of families and full of children, and the children have no problem interacting with our kids. Even though they don't speak Spanish, they are still playing. It doesn't matter. We actually went to the beach yesterday. We were in a town outside of Colón, Panama, and there were some kids just in the ocean, on the beaches playing and swimming, and they just invited my son along, and he's just out there having a good time with them. So I appreciate that. I miss that, and I love that for them, because that is a part of my childhood that I think, is lacking these days. Get off the tablets, even though they still have their tablets and TV, but we are getting them more off of those tablets, getting them outside. They're having that social interaction. They're picking up some Spanish because our nanny is teaching them some more Spanish. So it's been pretty good. It's been pretty good. I feel better just being here. I feel more at ease, and everybody's just enjoying themselves. So, hey, what can you say? But that is the update regarding our family travel and my midterm rental business. And I don't know if you guys been watching the travel videos I've been putting out there about us traveling here in Panama and doing things around the city. We are in Panama City at this moment. The only other place, San Carlos, Panama, and then we just visited, I just told you, Colón and some other neighboring towns around Colón. But that was just a day trip. So things are good. We're meeting people. We're just building relationships and living life. That is all I got for you this week. My next video, we will be back in the States. I definitely have some people who are moving out in July. I have 3 move outs, but 2 of those properties are already booked. I really just have 1 more left, but that person isn't leaving until the middle of July. Right now I'm doing pretty good. It's just the end or towards the end of June. So I'm not really worried about it. I know it's going to be booked, so we'll just wait a little while longer, and I'll implement some of my strategies to get that filled, and that won't be any problem. But there are a few updates and a few things I want to do to those properties while they are vacant. Some of the properties don't have these storage lockers in them with my household supplies because I couldn't put that in those properties because they were filled. So now that they're vacant, I can go ahead and do that, and that makes it easier when I'm gone as well. And then some of the storage lockers need to be, restocked or what may not. And I just want to see if there's some TLC that's needed to some of the properties. Definitely need some filters. You just got to check those little things, light bulbs, batteries, just little stuff like that. Make sure that the properties are still in decent condition, if we need to do any touch-ups or whatnot. So we'll be doing that when I get back, and then I will be preparing my personal house to be rented out as a midterm rental for either 1 month or maybe 3 months, or if they want it longer and it works out, maybe we can get it a little longer. But my guess would probably be about 3 months. We'll see what happens. There are some things I want to do, just get carpets clean, furniture cleaned, declutter, throw away some things, like I said, remove personal items, lock those away in the garage and make sure they're secured, so whenever someone does book their house, then it's ready to roll. I kind of got to get going on that because remember I told you guys we have another trip in July. We have a wedding to go to in the middle of July. So I'm getting back at the beginning of July basically, and I have until the 11th of July to get a lot of stuff done. We get back from our trip from Jamaica, I think on the 18th. Then from the 18th until mid-August, I have to get some more stuff done because then we go on our family reunion in mid-August. So yeah, we got a lot going on travel-wise and business-wise, but it'll get done. I will make sure I record and show that to you guys so that you know what's happening with me. I'm not just sitting around twiddling my thumbs and just traveling the world. I'm still working. But it's a little bit more laid back work, and this is what I need for myself, for my health. I have to have low stress. So I definitely am making some changes. I'm definitely trying to get on track so that my health is the best that it can be, and I am taking care of me. If you haven't signed up for the Rental Revenue Builders membership, make sure you check out the link below and get information about that so you can build your rental portfolio, whether that's long-term rentals, short-term rentals, or midterm rentals. That information is in that membership, and we're adding more and more trainings, master classes, tutorials, resources, all kind of things every single month. And in addition to that, the Rental Revenue Builders collaboration after shows are in that membership as well. Now, I am also going to start building my membership here on YouTube. So if you are interested in joining through YouTube, it's easier for you to do it that way. Hey, you can do it that way as well, okay? But that will be up and going very, very soon. So look out for that. Make sure you like and subscribe to my videos. And if you want my self-study course to learn about midterm rentals, the cash flow through midterm rentals self-study course is still available. You can grab that as well. That link is in the description below. So check it out. My website has everything you need, whatever type of training or resource you need, you can book it through my website. All right, I'll talk to you guys later.